So this one time are we recording? Okay, cool.
You are now.
Good evening. Welcome back to Boomer Rex Tonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics.
Didn't feel like a 10-second lead in.
Let me introduce Mr. Boomer Rex himself.
Good evening.
Asshole.
Hey, the internet.
And I'm RisenLadyHeathen. Our intent is to give you this information from 3 different perspectives. Mr. Rex is a boomer, of course. Asshole is the millennial. And they both eat, sleep, and breathe politics. And I'm a female millennial, and I'm learning about politics. We want to inform you, our listeners, on news and politics from each point of view at our literal round table. I can talk. Let's dig right in. Speed racer, check millionaire style. Tell me about this.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Besides, I get to tell a story because of this.
Oh, yay.
So anyway, Germany's transport ministry is just incensed over a stunt that a Czech millionaire pulled. He got out on the, oh shit, come on. He got out on the Autobahn between Berlin and Hanover, right? Nice straight run. I mean, he wasn't insane. And took his Bugatti Chiron to 257 miles an hour.
That seems excessive.
Trying to die?
Yeah. So now I get to tell my story, which is the European company I work for would get you a car for the weekend. So I asked our organizational admin to go get me a car. She comes back, walks all up and down the hall. People are coming out. They're looking out the door. They're laughing. So I wandered down, because I know for sure I'm the butt of the joke, right? They have a company policy. Americans can't drive standards. So what I had asked her for was like a Ford Fiesta. And what I got was a Mercedes E500. So anyway, when I first got in the car, the satellite phone that was built into the car, as soon as I started the engine, it beeped loudly and gave a text message that says, "You are not authorized to use this device." And it's, so typical, right? But if you've got an E500, what could you do with an E500? Okay, fine. So I'm in Cologne. The Köln-Bonn highway is actually, colloquially known as the diplomatic highway. And the airport is halfway down to Bonn. Anyway, it's about twice as wide as it would ever need to be. And on a Sunday morning, there's nobody on it. It's okay, fine. Let's see what it'll do. So I took it to 120. Yeah, okay, that feels pretty good. That Mercedes had settled into the Autobahn. So I put my foot down. Say, well, how fast will it go? I mean, I've got a tachometer at a red line. Yeah. I backed out at 158 miles an hour. The car could have gone to 200, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God.
So anyway, it just got to the point where, the stuff on the sides of the Autobahn was coming at me at a rate that I wasn't comfortable with.
Right.
Right. And I think if you had experience with fast driving, that wouldn't be a problem. And it took me a while to realize it, because I was so just enthralled by the fact that the faster we went, the tighter that car got. So anyway, beautifully managed airflow. So anyway, that's my story.
I like that story. The fastest I've ever had a car up to was like 120, and it was my mom's like super nice Acura, like 2-door. Like this thing was sweet. It was green, it was gorgeous. Oh, yeah. I got pulled over.
Oh,
and
you're
I
kidding.
was 17. Luckily, he caught me doing 90, not 120.
Let's see. I ran from Wilcox to, I don't know. What are the little godless towns out there? Anyhow, at 135 miles an hour.
Ugh. That's too. I hit 120 and I was like, nope, this is not okay. I'm not comfortable with this. And that's when I started slowing down. And that's when the cop.
Well, and it was all out there with the trucks, and they could all see me coming. And when The reason I backed out was because one of the trucks in the other lane flashed his brights twice. And so I slowed down to 85 or so. And there was a cop at the top of the next exit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anyway,
Well played.
it was fun.
All right, tell me about this school board crazy.
Yeah, you got to admit this woman's an obvious choice for the school board, right? So for most of the pandemic, Dr. Elizabeth Laffey is a licensed doctor of osteopathic medicine, and she's been working from the outside. She told state lawmakers that vaccines kill. She touted, obviously, ivermectin and hydrochloroquine. Stormed a Big Lots with a small group of maskless folks to protest their mask policy. Invaded the school board to get them to rescind their mask policy. However, in November, she got a $1,000 financial boost from the U.S. Senate candidate Jane Timken's Jobs for a New Economy PAC. And she won a seat on the Huron City School District Board of Education.
Madness.
Anyway.
It reminds me of the 90s when the anti-gay crazy went for the school boards, and it took years to dig them out.
Yeah. So anyway, now she's all tied up in critical race theory and, the kind of things that the crazies go for.
Well, she was already osteopathy?
No. I assumed the bone one.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's a branch of medical practice that emphasizes
But for real doctor, because in my head, I don't know, it's too close to homeopathy.
No, it's basically she's a glorified chiropractor.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's been telling folks that, it's just been quietly associated with vaccines, right? The neurologic damage, the convulsions, illness, death, continued spread, and continued contraction of the disease. But that was against all vaccines.
Yeah.
For a law against all vaccines.
Yep. No, this is going
Perfect
to be dumber
person for a
than
school board.
Rome making lead out of water pipes out of lead.
True.
Because they didn't know. We're going to willingly choose a bunch of this. Because I've often, I grew up joking about, fuck around with the overuse of antibiotics, and we can end up as a post-surgery society.
Yeah.
That opening and yes, you
We're
could.
dangerously close to that.
Exactly. And this is how you get there, is you let the idiots in the room, because, well, they have an opinion. They do. Doesn't mean we have to listen.
So anyway, we had talked about very asymmetric warfare.
Yep.
And that there had been drone attacks in Abu Dhabi and so on that, made it obvious that drones might easily be, if not the weapon of the future, certainly a weapon of the future, which I continue to believe they are. However, we have a correction. Although it was initially believed the attacks were all drone, they had some cruise missiles. So, not nearly as asymmetric.
Shitheads can make their own rockets. That's not hard.
Oh, agreed. But the cost and time and so forth associated with making a rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And if you made it here, it'd be $1 million. Okay, so you make it there and it's 250,000. But that's a whale of a lot more than a damn drone. Again, we said cruise missile.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I was just talking for the Foucault's boomerang side of it. Yeah, there's damn little use for a cruise missile for a terrorist or for, whatever insurgent force you want to talk about that a drone doesn't do.
Or agree, or can't do.
Yeah.
They can probably hit harder. I think you're going to find it difficult to lift a 400-pound warhead. But anyway, and so next up, fake electors.
Yeah.
So this was thanks to Rachel Maddow. So we had 5 states where they prepared alternate slates of electors. It's all on the same form. They had a goddamn template somebody gave them.
Yep.
Right? This was not 5 little accidents of insurrection. This was a planned thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We've known that for a while.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, but we were entirely lost because there was a dude his face painted, wearing fucking a hat with horns. And that was all we could look at. which I understand, but this is the part that concerns me more. This was the people who have actual access to the levers of power really trying a thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, this is how you actually do it when you really want to overturn an election.
Yes.
Like, this is
Which
how
they
we...
appear to have been actually trying to do.
Dude, it worked in 2000.
So anyway, the
it
Michigan
worked
AG
here.
says there is plenty of evidence to charge the Michigan false electors. But she would prefer a federal prosecution because it's 5 states.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Federal investigations take a long time, and I'm not sure how long we're going to not have President Trump.
That's true. So anyway, now I have some investment advice.
Oh,
How often have I done that before?
Not
Never, I
often.
don't think. So anyway, while the market takes a pause, you might be looking for other places to put your money. And
aside
Steve
from the show.
Bannon has one for you.
Oh, fuck.
It's
Yeah, that would be-
$FJB. Right? It's a new cryptocurrency for MAGA Republicans who hate Joe Biden.
And freedom.
Yeah. So anyway,
You got
I
to
think
talk
the
about
only thing I want to say about that is, have you heard about the Build the Wall Foundation?
Right.
So anyhow,
No, cryptocurrency is terrible.
No,
and
this
it's
is worse than
literally a
that.
pyramid fucking scheme.
Well, this is wildly more batshit than that.
yeah,
Because the people that own the currency can control your wallet.
Yep.
So you can't sell it or move it or anything. Like,
that's what they're saying.
this looks for all the, from what I've heard, right, all of my pump and dump lights would be going off, going, what are you doing?
Wait,
Anyway,
so
it
you
turns
can't
out
sell it or do anything with
they
it.
can block you
From moving
selling.
your things.
They
Yeah.
can lock your account like PayPal.
Because cryptocurrency is all just store credit.
Yeah.
Just at a, infinitely mythic store.
Right. Anyway, so a number of
Yeah, right.
cryptocurrency folks have pointed out it's really easy to start a new cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
Making money for your investors, that's hard. So anyway, again, for those of you who are looking for a really good MAGA investment, this is one you might want to look at.
No, it's not. He's
Yeah.
lying. What the fuck?
It's a MAGA investment.
People don't do
I
satire,
agree.
man.
I know.
Yeah.
I was being cruel. I shouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's only how we got here. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's literally likely to die on fire.
absolutely. And so now I've got one just for asshole.
Oh, what's this then?
Lucy's teeing up another football.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
Oh, this is the New York Attorney General going after Trump.
Right.
Nice.
Who has said they have ample evidence of misleading
Do
and
it.
fraudulent financial statements. The new filing seeks to compel testimony from Trump and Jr. and Ivanka. This is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've
Because that
got
son of a bitch can't shut up.
no, and they've got 3 years to get this moved. So if they have any sort of fire under their belt, they can get this done.
Yep. So, anyway, the good news is they probably have to make their decision by March the 30th.
Okay.
Some of the
I don't know why it would take that long.
some of the statutes of limitations have run out,
Oh.
but have been extended by agreement with the Trump team's lawyers. So, anyway, which gave them more time to argue and take things to
Or
the
you could
Supreme
just say
Court
it's a
instead.
criminal cover-up, and therefore the statute of right? No, right?
Yeah.
This is dumb. Don't
Yep.
make deals. Pull the trigger.
So, anyway,
I call.
turns out among the things they're finding out is Trump almost never communicated in writing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And would advise other people not to.
course.
One of his tax attorneys spoke to one of her people and advised him to limit substantive emails with other members of the team, instead to use the phone to the extent possible. He desired to avoid creating discoverable material.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, we talked about this the other day. Don't write down your crimes.
Don't pretend this is.
Don't record your
unique
crimes.
to Trump. This is all of real estate at that level. This
So-
is like how all of the big hedge funds are arguably right. That creating market bullshit.
Sorry, they have to make their decision by April 30th. this time. Could be extended.
We'll find out if this DA has any dirt on him.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find that out in 18 months, but...
Yeah.
No, I have no faith in New York DAs. They haven't been particularly fucking impressive.
So I've got a great Omicron. No, it's a sad Omicron update. So a woman wanted a good, strong, natural immunity.
Yep.
So she avoided vaccines and then intentionally affected herself when 2 other members of her family got COVID. And so, yeah, she's absolutely immune. She's dead.
Yep.
So, folks, goddamn, do some reading. Right? If you've had the vaccines, including the booster, having a dose of COVID will significantly raise your antibody rates.
Right.
So this is good. Again, don't get infected intentionally, but recognize that if you are, there might be an upside to it. But there's an upside to it because you vaccinated and boosted, not because you're stupid.
Right.
Cool.
Sounds good. All right. Should we move on to our discussion? What to fix healthcare?
Now, let's talk about healthcare a little bit. Because healthcare is one of those places where, again,
Oh my God, it's on fire.
we talked yesterday about the fact if you work for a big company, right, your healthcare is paid for by their customers. If you are very poor, your healthcare is paid for by the state. If you're anywhere in the middle, you've got diminishing returns. So, and lots of people out there to sell you, the better than Obamacare. It'll let you go get routine checkups and so forth. God help you if you get sick.
That's
Yeah.
always been true.
Yeah.
I don't know why we wanted to pretend that, this was going to fix that.
No, and again,
Obamacare helps substantially by having a very high individual limit.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, no, my Obamacare insurance is the bomb. I'm not gonna lie.
cool.
Yes, but, the actual healthcare part in America is shit, and you're going to die.
Oh, no, and we've commercialized so much of it. The things you can get really easy, CAT scans, rectal scans, right, that kind of thing. That's because they get paid before they do it.
Well, we set up urgent care to be a great sorter of that, because...
Oh, yeah.
If they look poor, they're not going to, pay for any of the fancy stuff you're going to find with a CAT scan, guess what they're not going to get?
Yeah.
So, no, Hell, we could talk about the hearing test they do to kids. Neonatal kid, or not neonatal.
No.
But newborn kids.
Mm-hmm.
And huge false positive numbers. They routinely end up costing an extra $1,200.
Great.
Because they just wander around. They're tech reps for the ear testing company.
Audiology.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sad.
Well, and there's really no point in giving your child, when they're babies, ear tests, because you're not going to get a response. They're babies.
If you snap your fingers to the right or left of their heads, their eyes
Yeah,
will move.
but that doesn't cost
Yes.
money. Okay,
Okay.
you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
While nobody's looking. Just be like,
And in 2 weeks, you won't have any trouble at all telling whether they're dead.
Exactly, but that's something I
In
remember.
fact, they're so new, they don't even know how to ignore you right.
That's true. And then, like idiots,
They'll look and see if you have treats.
people teach them to speak.
I know.
I can't imagine a dumber thing for a parent to do.
Right?
I regret every one I ever taught to speak.
I
That's
know.
fair.
I loved it when my son started talking.
Yeah.
It was fun.
The
But I'm
truth-
like a weird parent.
the
I
truth
really
is,
am.
I did too.
That's
They're
why
much
you get to
easier
see
to
them do
interact
stuff.
with once
Yeah.
you can talk to them.
You can see them.
No,
putting the
a
world
lot of
together.
parents do the whole I wish my kid was still a baby,
Yeah,
and I'm
of
like,
course.
I'm fucking glad as hell my kid's
Yeah.
a grown up, and I love watching every step of his development. That's what I love. I love the fact that I can see him turning into what I feel is going to be an amazing gentleman, right?
Yeah.
I think he's going to have all the right things.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the right ideas. He
I
knows
like
how to
all
ask
my
questions.
kids and most of their friends.
Well done.
So
But
anyway,
yeah.
that was one of the shocks to me because I had kind of expected some sort of hormonal, oh my God, you've got a baby and so forth and so on. Babies are completely uninteresting to me until they start to move by themselves,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a male thing. In the interim, You and your wife put a baby on the bed and curl around it, and you are back in the caves.
Right.
So it's all there. You'll wake up to the sound of a drip in the
Oh, yeah.
So clearly there are changes. It's not your job to play with them until they can move around.
Right.
So let's see, where were we on healthcare? Yeah, I mean, over and over and over and over again, right? We have optimized profit, minimized patient services, and in the process, our medical outcomes for those who are insured are the same as Turkey.
The country, not the bird.
Yeah.
Turkeys in this country get pretty good health care.
Yeah.
Fair.
So anyway, it needs a massive overhaul.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm perfectly happy to have a baseline level of insurance that everybody has. Right. Everybody understands how it works. With, sharply capped fees for services and so on, so that they can't just bill the shit out of you. And if you want to buy more insurance than that, that's cool. I have no heartburn with that.
Yeah.
Right. I think you should put the lowest tier high enough that not very many people will bother. So,
I object to the bloodless way we described it. I think it's a perfectly accurate one, but it's not that we've maximized profit and minimized patient care. We have put patient care we have damaged patient care in pursuit of that profit.
yes.
That if you call an ambulance for somebody, they are going to wait around to try and get someone to sign for financial responsibility for the ride before they go to a hospital.
Yep.
So
And they love to sell you the helicopter ride for $35,000.
No, and again, hospital or getting an ambulance to the hospital, those bills can vary anywhere from $100, which okay, sure, to $500, $800, $1,000 or more.
The last time
I've never been in an ambulance that wasn't $1,000.
Right.
Wow. No, I paid $100 once.
So anyway, that's one of those things. We need to look at how broken it is, and start thinking about, what does a system that works for everybody look like? Because if the system doesn't work for everybody, you are headed to Armageddon.
Yeah.
By the way, another woman got pushed onto a track today.
Oh, God. Another homeless person?
They didn't say. They have him in custody.
Oh, your mother was talking about earlier. There was one where
probably.
they said it was a homeless man. So I think it was the same one.
Well, that one was in New York. This one was in Brussels.
Less reasons to
and
give
the
a fuck.
train managed to stop.
Oh, thank fucking God.
I mean, I think if she
train must
looked
have been
up,
crawling.
she would have found out she was under the front bumper.
Yeah.
It just horrifying.
Yeah.
Hey,
You probably shouldn't have set society on fire.
Yeah.
You wanted devil take the hindmost, cool. Remember that the most violent time in American history was the Elizabethan era, where catch that thief was kill them. Fucking dumb.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going right back to it.
Yes.
There's a small group of millionaires who conducted some studies, and based on the studies have said, for God's sake, tax the wealthy.
That's who's going to end up paying for the security anyway.
Yeah. I think there is a path forward there, I think as the country gets uglier, that at some point rich folks are going to start saying, guys, come on, we need to loosen our pocketbooks and fix this shit before it gets dangerous to walk on the street.
I don't believe that there's enough people who are going to care. There's going to be far more people who are going to have far larger quantities of money, because we know that those on the tippy top don't give a fuck. That's why they're going into space and shit, because they don't fucking care. Their answer is going to be, no, we just need to move shit to space. It's fine. That's their answer for fucking everything now, because it's exciting. They're going into space, and oh my
That's
god,
how they're
shut the fuck up.
bilking the idiots who used to have Swiss accounts.
Stupid. It's real stupid. No, I think healthcare, you know, I don't necessarily agree with you that, you know, people should be able to pay for more. I think that, you know, if you tax the wealthy an appropriate amount, it'll more than cover everybody to have full health care for everything. And that's what it should be. End of discussion.
I'm fine with that. I'm
If
just
I
saying
go
it
to
might
a
be
hospital,
easier if you told
my
people that they could
taxes
have more if
should
they
cover
wanted.
that. If somebody else goes to a hospital,
Yep.
my taxes should cover that. I'm fine with that.
Yep. Me too.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with paying more taxes to get there.
Right.
So
I don't think, because here's the thing. If everybody had their taxes raised just a smidgen, okay, and you don't have to now pay a healthcare bill, right? If you can get rid of that $600, $800, $1,000 monthly bill, guess what?
yep.
You're willing to pay an extra $100 or $200 a year in taxes.
And I bet you don't see
And
the
you're gonna
$20,000 they were charging you for it.
You're going to cover everything. Absolutely everything.
Yep.
End of discussion.
Yep.
So we're talking like 0.02% raise in taxes for the lower end. And then, like, let's just charge the top end at least 10% and kind of slowly bump it up from there, because they're not going to be happy having to pay a significant amount right off. So let's give them a smaller tax rate to start with and slowly raise it up to make it make more sense.
Oh, good.
All right. So I think that we're going to have to do, you know, some more research into some of this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to get some numbers on how many people have health care, how many people are covered by Obama. We'll figure it out.
Yep. Sooner or later.
Um,
Again, these are all things that we can gradually work on, right? But they need to be worked in parallel
Yep.
with the idea that the goal is to have a system that works for everybody, including that homeless guy who's gotten a little off the rails.
Right.
And we might want to bring him back and
No, I agree.
or put him someplace where he can be safe and everybody else can be safe too.
No,
And that's going to cost money. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take commitment.
Being good countries did require those things. No, I don't think we're completely doomed because you don't see the rich moving.
that's fair.
So far.
Yeah.
Well, once they start, once they start jumping ship,
Now look for illegal immigration to go to zero, right? You know you're really fucked up when no one is sneaking into your country.
That's true.
That's fair too. All right, so we will continue these types of discussions about what needs to be fixed and how we think it should be fixed. And we'll definitely go into more detail about healthcare and such, because
it's batshit and broken. We have EMTs having, right, the kids that drive the ambulance are having to steal drugs from the hospitals. There can't possibly be a worse way to do that. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What I meant was, we could do it better.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be dumb and shitty all the way down.
Well, and as long as we're talking about healthcare, one of the bigger problems with healthcare is that people delay service because they either can't pay for it or don't have ready access to it, which raises the final bill. Somebody's going to fucking pay.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is why it's the leading cause of bankruptcy in America.
yeah, I think one of the things we're going to do is look at countries, and actually Hawaii has universal healthcare. So what we'll do is we'll look into, how they did it and how it's going.
I
So-
did not know that.
Yeah, Hawaii's been doing it for a while now.
Massachusetts
I
had it at least for a while, right?
I don't know. I'll look that up. Hold on.
That was Mitt
They had
Romney's
Romney
big
hair.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that there are some states that if you make little enough money, they will fully cover your health care.
That's what Medicaid is.
Yes.
But again, that leaves the people right above that who are working hard and struggling with no health care. What the fuck? Over?
Yep.
Your punishment for working hard is you can't have health care.
No, even when I had a reasonable paying job. And I say reasonable because it certainly wasn't enough where I lived.
Yeah.
But it was certainly more than what I had been making previously.
Okay.
But the insurance that company offered was more expensive and covered nothing in comparison to what my Obamacare coverage
Excellent.
was. So I stuck with my Obamacare. It was much, much cheaper, and it covered more. And I was also able to get life insurance through, because what I did is I spoke to someone who does like policies and stuff for you.
Yeah.
So you just make a simple phone call, and this person, she was amazing. She would check up with me yearly, and she would say, oh, so this year, these are the new plans we're offering. We're not carrying your old one over. So here's the options. This is the one that's closest to the one you used to have, blah, blah, blah. And it was amazing. It was so easy. And she did all the hard work for me. And she didn't cost me anything. It was totally
she did,
free.
but you didn't have to pay her.
No.
Yes.
It was covered in taxes. I don't know how she gets paid. But anyway, it was amazing.
It was covered in your premium. Again, no, I'm not bitching. I'm just saying. She worked. She got paid.
Oh, yeah. And she did an amazing job. And it made my life
Excellent.
that much better.
Yep.
And it made it easier for me to, figure out, okay, this year, what do I want to do? So, anyway.
No, and we can tell that the Affordable Care Act worked because of all the hoops that had to be jumped through to make commercials that didn't sound insane.
Fair.
Because every time they'd come out and be like, well, this person can't afford their thing. And, oh, well, actually, that's not it, is it? Because here's what the comparable thing would have. No, but the problem is for this is the politics of it has already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right, you frame, if you're going to, right, if you
Whose
want to
phone
damage
is
a demo.
ringing?
No one's, the dog's snoring.
I
So,
have a dog that snores vibrations.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
you have that giant chest. No, if you want to fight against a Democrat plan to do anything with healthcare, you frame it as a fight about choice and freedom.
We don't need no socialism. Keep your damn hands off my Medicare.
Yep. But it works.
No, and the sad part is that a
Is
lot
it
of
better
these,
that we're losing to people you think are stupid?
No,
Okay, just checking.
yeah,
it's infuriating.
I know. Welcome to how I went mad.
Yeah.
No, this is the worst part of the internet. We're just trying to talk you into learning a bunch of stuff so you can be crazy with us and be like, well, we're all going to die. Fuck.
Once again, we've brought sweetness and light and happiness into your
Yeah.
home.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting, happy updates about how you're gonna die.
After you're done doing that,
welcome.
go to our Patreon, give us some of your money on the way to the ground.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start
And we'll
posting
buy an airship.
some fun
Named
stuff
yacht.
on
Yeah.
our Patreon for those who wish to donate us some money.
Sure.
So that'll be cool. I feel kind of bad because we don't have anybody on our Patreon yet, so I haven't been doing anything with it because
We have a lot of people on it. Don't tell them.
But no, I'm gonna start doing stuff so that when eventually somebody does jump in, they'll have a bunch of shit to look at. It'll be exciting rather than
We've
Why
made
is
this
there
basement
nothing
for you to
here?
play.
and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of stuff 2 days later because I realized we finally get a pay member. Oh god. So rather than catching up, I've decided I'm gonna start now. So anyway, go to our Patreon. There's gonna be lots of fun stuff there. I promise. Even for our lowest benefits, I didn't put in all the stuff you're gonna get because
We're new.
it seemed like a lot. Yeah, it seemed like a lot to try to figure out at the time. But I have some ideas now, so we're gonna sort it out, and it'll be fun. I promise.
And if you don't like Patreon, follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no.
follow us.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
follow us, subscribe. We're gonna figure out some stuff. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, we love you all. Have a wonderful night. And sorry it was a bit of a short episode tonight, but you know what? Sometimes less is more.
This is like that you get paid in sunshine shit. What the hell's
Yeah,
wrong
little
with
bit.
Okay,
That's
so
like when the scumbag from the food company is like, well, our research shows that consumers want smaller packages with more cardboard. Like, there's no fucking way anyone asked for that.
I want to see the focus group that told them that.
Why? It's like the people who told them that they wanted the ultra thin water bottles. Like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't want a water sock. What the fuck?
Yeah.
no, yeah. All right. Well, we love you all, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night on BoomerRexTonight.